Gentlemen, a very good morning to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Gotham Hall here in New York City conference for a spectacular New York this summer. Two amazing fights, one incredible thing, all taking place at the Vegas, Nevada. Now, this blockbuster night is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champ Night, the same ring unheard of in boxing. Middleweight Championship of the World as Caleb Plant, Mike Lee, and this will take place prime time. Then, later in the evening, at 8 to 8, Pack Heath, one-time Thurman, and a welterweight world championship action. Now, more information in a little bit. Allow me to explain the full press conference for the super middleweight world title. Give that fight its on back and discuss the pay-per-view event served. Once again, we start with the IBF Super Young, Hungry, undefeated. His impressive victory over Jose Uzcategui was no fluke at all. For Lee, this fight represents the end of a long journey to a world title opportunity. This should give Lee the extra motivation that is needed to propel him to championship heights. It's certainly the kind of matchup that fuels excitement and guarantees fireworks for the fans. Well, at this time, let's bring our principals up to the stage. Photo opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the challenger, a Chicago native making the first attempt at a world title. With a record of 21 wins, no losses, he has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the undefeated challenger, Mike Lee.
Like we always do with this time, I go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
I'ma get on the TV, mama. I'ma push this shine. COD won't even get pulled over in they new V.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the defending world champion, a Nashville native fighting out of Henderson, Nevada. With a record of 18 wins and no losses, he has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He will be making the first defense of his title. Please welcome the undefeated, newly crowned IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I'd die alone, I told that bad loss probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot raid, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60s, I might got killed. Standing so tall, they think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala, thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a boss, ask me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. There they are, it's for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Caleb Plant, Mike Lee, both undefeated, both look ready to get it on right now. We're going to have to wait until Saturday, July the 20th. Well, bringing to your attention, ladies and gentlemen, this event is promoted by TGB Promotions and Sweet Hands Promotions. Tickets are on sale and available right now through AXS.com, or you can go on phone or in person to any MGM Resorts International box office. Plant vs. Lee is televised once again by Fox and Fox Deportes. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Once again, live on Fox and Fox Deportes. At this time, we want to acknowledge the teams who are joining us today and also joining us with a few words. First, we want to recognize in attendance, seated, we have Mike Lee's father, John Lee, his manager, Mike Borreo, and to say a few words at this time, please welcome Mike Lee's trainer, Jamal Abdullah.
Okay, thank you. Well, this is a big, important time for Mike Lee and his team, and Mike Burrell for all of his work, Caleb Plant for accepting this fight. But I want to say this about Mike Lee. This is a guy that when they brought him to me and said, listen, Jamal, we would like you to work with him. This kid got so much heart. I mean, this is going to be a deep fight. It's going to be a deep fight. This guy, he comes from a background where he don't have to fight. He didn't have to even do this. This guy decided that he just wanted to come up and say, hey, listen, I want to do something that I want to do by myself. The education this guy got, he don't have to do this. But guess what? It's in his heart. And he wants to do something on his own and prove to people on his own that he could do it by himself. And that's what made me say, you know what? This is the guy I want to train. This is the guy that gets up every morning, busts his hump, get to the gym. This is the guy I want to train. So what I'm talking about right now is I think this is going to be your next champion. You know, this is what I believe in. I believe in him. I believe in the team that we have. I believe in his father. And I think this is going to be a great fight, especially for Mike Lee. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal. And at this time, my pleasure to introduce representing Team Plant to say a few words, Caleb Plant's father, Richie Plant.
Yeah, I just want to start out by saying that we're glad to be here in New York. Glad everybody turned out to be a part of this. I just want to say about this upcoming fight. We have wound up where we're at as a result of our work that we put in basically Caleb's whole life. And it's not complicated. You just find out who you're supposed to be, give it everything you got, and you'll wind up where you're supposed to be. It's simple, but it ain't easy. Caleb just became a world champ, his last fight, but y'all need to get used to him because he's going to be here for a while. That's all I've got to say about it. Thanks.
And now it's time to hear from the fighters. At this time, we welcome to the microphone hungry, battle-ready, top world contender, undefeated Mike Lee.
Like we always do with this time, I go for mine, I get to shine.
First of all, I'm really excited for this opportunity. I want to thank my team, Jamal Abdullah, Mike Borreo, Julian Chua, and my father, John Lee. This has been a culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, pain, in and out of hospitals. Most importantly, getting somewhere no one thought I could get. A lot of people didn't think I'd get to 10-0, 20-0, let alone world titles. So I'm fine being the B-side, the underdog on this. I feel like I got nothing to lose on this fight. I'm coming out with everything I got because this is everything I've ever wanted. I'm not a guy that comes up here and talks a lot of shit. I got a lot of respect for Caleb Plant. I respect every single fighter that steps up into that ring and risks their lives on a world stage. But July 20th, I plan on making it my moment. I've been on these big stages and headline cards in Notre Dame and Chicago, so the lights and the cameras are nothing new to me. I'm very excited. I'm working my ass off. And like I said, July 20th, I'm going to keep proving people wrong and bringing everything I got into this fight, and that's what you're going to see. So thank you for the opportunity, and I'll see you July 20th.
Good life, better than the life I lived when I thought that I was gonna go crazy.
Thank you, Mike. We also want to bring to your attention, following our fighters' words, we're going to have an opportunity for Q&A, and we'll learn more about them, their training, their motivation, and their preparation for this fight. And at this time, my pleasure to introduce to you the exciting, undefeated, reigning IBF super middleweight champion of the world, Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
I want to thank all the media for coming out today. Without this, it would make things like this nearly impossible. So thank you to the media, everyone who showed up today. I want to thank Al Heyman, PBC, and Fox for joining forces and creating this beautiful platform for people like myself and other great world champions to display their talents. I want to thank my team, my head coach Justin Gamber, my father Richie Plant, Larry Wade, Don House. And yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. I've been boxing my whole life. They say it takes 10,000 hours of putting work into something to become a true success at it. That's 20 hours a week for 10 years, however you want to split it up. Come July 20th, I've been doing this for 18 years straight. No breaks, no distractions, and no plan B. So even though it's honorable in itself, because there's honor in all work, so I commend you for this, but no college degree for me. No college, no high school sports, no college sports, no acting gigs, no Subway commercials, no selling CBD, just boxing day in and day out, rain, sleet, or snow. So he may have a financial degree, but in boxing, I have a PhD. And that's something you don't know anything about. Something else I have a PhD in is being cold and being hungry and being deprived. That's something you don't know anything about. Coming from very rock bottom, that's something you don't know anything about. Coming from no man's land, where nobody makes it out, that's something you don't know anything about. So if this guy ever thought for 1 second that I would let him mess this up for me and send me back there, because unlike him, I have everything to lose. This is how I keep a roof over my head and food in my belly. That's something he don't know anything about. So if he thinks he's gonna mess this up for me, he's not half as educated as I thought he was. So every night from now to July 20th, I hope him and his team, before they go to bed at night, envision the words, "and still." Because that's all that him and his team, and any of you who are tuned in, is going to hear July 20th. One last thing, I won this world title back in January for my daughter Aaliyah. July 20th, I will be defending it successfully and in fashion. I'll also be defending it successfully and in fashion for not just her, but my mother, whose life was recently taken. But most importantly, I'll be defending that world title for myself. Because my future and everything I have and everything I want depends on it. Because unlike him, he has nothing to lose. But for myself, I have everything to lose. Thank you.
50 Cent and Mayweather flee the scene with us. True story. All my life, been grinding all my life.
It is going to be a great fight for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Two motivated, undefeated fighters and two very articulate fighters as well. And to bring the best out of our fighters at this time, my pleasure to introduce and hand over the microphone and hosting duties to my esteemed colleague, award-winning, multi-talented sportscaster and boxing host. Please welcome Brian Custer. Brian.
Thank you, Jimmy. Good afternoon, everybody. And what a fight we've got on Fox coming your way on July 20th. The storylines are incredible. A world champion from Nashville pulled himself up from the bootstraps to become a world champion in the face of unspeakable tragedy, losing his young daughter, losing his mother, and facing a young man here, football star, Notre Dame, out of Chicago area. This is going to be one heck of a fight. A combined 39-0, the record with these guys, over 20 knockouts combined. So, champ, let me start with you. When you got word that your first title defense was going to be the main event before a national audience on Fox, what was your reaction?
It was exciting news, definitely. I think everybody who ever has laced up a pair of gloves and wanted to take it all the way dreams of one day being the main event at the MGM Grand for everybody to see. So it was definitely an exciting moment, but at the same time, that's where we fight is not the important to me. You know, that's not what's the most important to me. We can fight at the MGM, we can fight in the parking lot. It's about legacy to me. As I stated before, this is all I've done my whole entire life. But I'm excited to be at the MGM. I'm excited to put on a show for you guys. I'm excited to defend this world title.
Mike, you know, there's some fighters never get the opportunity to fight for a world title. You're getting that opportunity, and you're getting the opportunity to do it before a national audience. Over millions will be watching. What does that opportunity mean to you to be doing it on Fox?
I love it. I mean, the whole reason I got into this, do it on big stages, that's what any fighter wants to do. They want to prove themselves on the biggest stage possible, and there's no bigger stage than the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I've fought in Vegas many times. It's an incredible fight town, so as soon as I heard that it was moving there, I was beyond excited. And to be on this card, along with, you know, Manny Pacquiao and the Fox pay-per-view card, it's incredible. It's a dream come true, and the reason why I work so hard and battle through it.
Caleb, you dropped one of the biggest punchers at 168 twice, took away the title. He was considered the boogeyman at 168 in Jose Uzcategui. Not a lot of guys even wanted to face him, but you did it, you dropped him, and you took the title. What has that victory done for your confidence as a fighter?
I think any time that somebody steps in to the ring to fight for the first world title and they do it in fashion, it's definitely going to be a confidence booster. But at the same time, if you look at my energy before that fight, I told y'all what was going to happen, and he was definitely a boogeyman in the division, and I still think he is. I still think he'll go on to do great things in the super middleweight division. But I just feel like there's a season for everything, and right now it's my season and my time, and I'm feeling confident. I have a lot of momentum going into this fight, and we're going to use it.
Mike, Caleb's certainly been active. You haven't been as active lately. This will be your first fight in over a year. Smallest that you've ever fought as well. You haven't fought anything lower than 173. Will any of this be an issue for you come fight night?
No, I see it as an advantage. I mean, I'm a 175-pounder coming down, and I've got one of the best sports scientists, nutritionist, Andy Galpin, working with me, and I have no doubt that we'll make that weight 168 and rehydrate the right way, and I'll be the bigger, stronger guy in the ring. So that's our plan. I really, as soon as I heard I had an opportunity at 168, I said yes, and we wanted to take it. So I don't see that as disadvantage. I see that as an advantage.
Champ, your response to that, considering you're known as Sweet Hands, known for that hand speed, in your opinion, what will be the difference in this fight come July 20th?
The thing is he may be coming into the ring come fight night, bigger than me, heavier than me, however you want to call it. And he may have scientists on his team. Science doesn't win fights. Boxing skill wins fights. Years of repetition doing the same thing with not boxing trainers, but teachers wins fights. Come July 20th, you'll see. I don't have much to say about it. You'll see July 20th. Just make sure you tune in.
Mike, you know, there have been some people and some media critics have questioned your level of opposition that you've faced so far in your career. So what would a victory over Caleb Plant on national television prove to your critics and mean to you?
I mean, I had people that didn't think that I'd get to where I am today for sure. I mean, I enjoy it. I love it. And a lot of people that are doing that, criticizing, have never stepped in a ring in their lives. So that's why I said when I stepped up there, I have respect for Caleb. I have respect for every fighter that steps in the ring and risks their lives, because there's a reason why my face is on the back of that, and those people criticizing, their faces aren't, because it takes a different type of person to step into that ring in front of thousands of people and millions on TV. It takes having some balls, and it takes putting yourself out there and risking it. So all that BS about that, I don't really care. I just fight who they put in front of me, and I keep winning. And that's what I plan on doing July 20th.
Champ, I was reading an article about your division, and they were talking about the best super middleweights. First name they had in there was Canelo. They had Callum Smith. They had Ramirez. They had Anthony Durrell. And then they mentioned Caleb Plant. Do you feel like you're still fighting for respect, even though you're a champion now?
Absolutely. I don't look at myself as the A-side in this fight, and I haven't looked at myself as the A-side in any fight. I'm the one who's not supposed to be here. Go back and look at my track record. Go back and look at my history. Put these same guys through that and see if they'd be sitting at this table right now. I'm the B-side in this fight. The only Cinderella story here is mine. And come July 20th, it'll be Ann Steele.
Mike, we'll wrap it up with this. What should we expect when we tune in on Fox July 20th in Las Vegas?
Fireworks, man. I hit hard. I'm strong. I'm an athlete. I plan on giving it my best. Two warriors going at it in front of thousands of people. Exactly what people want. Obviously, Caleb's motivated. Obviously, I'm motivated. You're going to get two fighters at their best, showing their best. And I can't wait to show the world that, man.
Champ, you'll have the last word. What should we expect July 20th?
Ann Steele.
There you have it. On Fox, it is the main event. Caleb Plant, his first title defense of the IBF World title. Gentlemen, let's have one last face-off here. July 20th, Las Vegas. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. We are going to take a short break. And after the break, we will resume with the Fox pay-per-view card for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Keith One-Time Thurman taking on Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.